On June 3, 2026, during South Korea's 9th nationwide local elections, an unprecedented ballot paper shortage broke out. According to the National Election Commission, several polling stations, centered on Seoul's Songpa district, ran out of their prepared ballots early, causing voting to be temporarily suspended or significantly delayed. Voters who had lined up to cast their ballots were turned away without explanation, and the scene fell into considerable confusion for a time. The situation began around 1 p.m. that day. At multiple polling stations, including the number 6 station in Jamsil-2-dong, Songpa district, ballots ran short, leaving voters waiting in line. By past 4 p.m., voting had stopped altogether at some stations. District Election Office rushed to deliver additional ballots, but the supply failed to arrive in time, and waiting periods kept stretching longer. Some voters are reported to have left without ever casting their ballots. By the Election Commission's count, the shortage affected a total of 14 polling stations, 12 in Songpa district, plus 1 each in Gangnam and Gwangjin districts. On top of that, the same problem reportedly arose at several stations in the Yeonsu area of Incheon, delaying voting there as well. The Commission issued waiting numbers to voters who had entered polling stations before 6 p.m. and extended the voting deadline to 10 p.m. so they could still cast their ballots even past the official closing time. The heart of the problem appears to lie in how the number of ballots to print was calculated. Ahead of this election, the Central Election Commission had instructed regional offices to print ballots at a minimum of 50% of registered voters, a figure lower than the standard applied in past local elections. Districts that prepared a generous supply, following long-standing practice, had no issues, but Songpa district, which printed only the minimum, could not keep up with a higher-than-expected turnout, and its ballots ultimately ran dry. The confusion carried over into the vote count. At the number 2 station in Jamsil-7-dong, a standoff broke out between residents and police over the removal of the ballot box after the extended voting had finished. In the end, it was decided that the box would be transported only after counting was complete in all other areas, which meant the results for Songpa district came in somewhat later than elsewhere. As the controversy grew, the Central Election Commission acknowledged the ballot shortage and issued a public apology. It confirmed that there had been problems in the system for determining print volumes and distributing ballots, as well as in on-site supply management, and launched an investigation into the cause. The Commission pledged to put preventive measures in place for future elections, including securing ample reserve quantities and building a faster supply system. Even so, a civic group filed a complaint against Commission officials on charges of abuse of authority and dereliction of duty, arguing that voters' right to political participation had been violated, and the dispute over accountability shows no sign of dying down. Because it is highly unusual for voting to be halted in a nationwide election due to a ballot shortage, this incident is being assessed as one that exposed flaws across the entire electoral management system. Political circles and civil society are strongly calling for institutional reform. If further investigation results or follow-up news come in, we will produce another video and upload it. That concludes this report. Thank you.